Hello, I am internet personality Gonzaki bringing you the Midnight Gamers microphone error.
And in
You
this corner.
look at all those beautiful recordings. Take two.
Oh god, you lost me.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
we're gonna talk Diablo again real quick.
Blizzard.
Yeah,
It's cold in here.
exactly. Blizzard, the hell. Um, long story short, because I've already explained it, you just
No,
don't
you
know.
haven't. They never heard it yet. I mean, this is the internet. If it's not there, it's never happened.
Tits or GTFO. Anyway, account hacked. They won't give it back to me. I can't play $60 game. Where's my offline option? Fuck you, Blizzard. WoW
Here's
has
a question.
slipped to 9 million subscribers. See? Fuck you, Blizzard. But as we said last time, and don't worry, we're not going to be doing that the whole thing because we figured out relatively early that we screwed up. But that's a lot of people paying $15 a month. Let me bring up my calculator. But damn it. All right.
I have a question, just because I know that you're ticked off about Diablo 3. Were you able to talk to anybody at Blizzard yet?
No. That's the annoying part. They just I have to get hold of them on Monday.
Hello, you've reached Blizzard. No one is here right now. We are all taking a lovely break, jumping and swimming in our money bin.
Okay.
Please call back in a little bit.
Now, this is actually very apt for that comment because I have to figure out how much a yacht costs and divide it by this. But per year, just on subscriptions, on 9 million users, Blizzard makes $1,622,000,000.
Blizzard,
That is not a slip. That is a tiny trickle of gold off of the Scrooge McDuck pool.
Exactly.
Blizzard, please take some of that money, send it to Washington so we can start cutting down on this deficit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah, right. The government will just probably shoot away somewhere. Like, oh, I don't know where this money's gone to.
We'll give these rich people some tax cuts. We'll build a nuclear device here and put it in storage. You know, the good old stuff.
Right on the envelope for deficit.
No.
Take a picture. Send
Actually,
it to
I would put on the memo part lap dance.
Exactly. That's what it'd be spent for. It's like, okay, they sent us this money. Lap dances. Shit it that way. Suckers giving us free money. Back to work, everybody.
Then you basically send to all the media outlets. This is what we did. Keep an eye out.
We just bought a $1 billion lap dance.
Exactly.
Come at me, bro.
We give a shit? Hell no, we're the government. We bend everybody over, do this every day.
Yeah, this one's actually fun. The Old Republic is soon to go free to play, like we've been saying it's going to.
By the way, the Dino.
D&D Online.
It looked like you were making a comment about dinosaurs there.
Yeah, Dino. You know, fucking Flintstones. A show that no one actually liked. People just watch because there's nothing else on. But what they're going to do is you're going to be able to play all of the stories for free, and all of the endgame content, aka the stuff no one actually likes, you have to pay for. Thumbs up. Way to go, Bioware. Good decision. After Mass Effect 3, good on ya. Not much more to say there. Kind of a silly business choice. Not a bad business choice, mind. PlanetSide 2 is confirmed for Steam. I don't know if I've explained this before, but PlanetSide 2 is a MMO FPS, mass multiplayer online first-person shooter. The idea is that you're on a continent, there's a war going on, and you and your friends can be driving around in a tank, see an enemy tank, and just start shooting at them and somehow help your cause. The good stuff. Yeah.
So
Definitely need to
it's going
get
to be
people
going
on
to
that game.
Steam.
Yep.
A good system to go to because Steam is a lot better than Origin. That's for damn sure.
Well, that and a lot of people, and I mean a lot of PC gamers, and I don't support this point of view, but they've gotten to the point where if you do not put your game on Steam, they will not buy it. It's kind of funny because Steam actually has a tendency of making the game a tad bit more expensive. So I don't. It's just brand loyalty on an insane degree.
Wait till their summer sales, because when their summer sales hit, it's like, dear God, they dropped the price on almost all their games. It's like, gimme.
I got the Arkham series 90% off. That's $4 for Arkham City.
Exactly.
I win. Because I get to be Batman now. I'm Batman.
No.
I'm Batman, but I'm a horrible Batman, so I'm just going to switch to like Spider-Man.
I would like to be Spider Batman.
Spider Batman, yes.
Just web slinging around and then batarangs. Boom.
Sneak up behind foes. Who are you? I'm Spider Batman.
That's Marvel, DC. Bury the hatchet, particularly in the head of a dead writer or of a bad writer, and make this happen. Ultimate Spider Batman. Put him alongside Samuel L. Fury and Dream Team. Talking about Steam, Valve has come out with the claim that the Linux versions of their games, the graphical drivers, are allowing them to run much faster than they do on Windows. As we said previously, they're making games Linux compatible because of Windows 8 being a pile of shit. And if you weren't aware of Windows 8 being a pile of shit, Windows 8 is a pile of shit. Just want you to know that. But yeah, so they're claiming that Left 4 Dead 2 got up to 312 frames per second. So any of you PC elitists out there just got a raging stiffy, and I can hear it. It almost blew my eardrums out. And the new Valve end user license agreement blocks your ability to participate in class action lawsuits against them, which this doesn't bode well for me, because why would you do something like this unless you were planning to do something that you think people might sue you over?
Yeah, that kind of raises a few red flags there. It's like, well, you can't participate in little things that are going to screw us over, so...
Yeah, that was their thing, too. They're like, class action lawsuits really screw over developers, so we don't want you doing them. Yeah, and say hello to my lawyer.
Exactly.
I just don't see the legality of this agreement, honestly.
They're hoping nobody else does either.
For people who don't like Sony here and would like to see Sega rise again, Sony is posting a $45 million loss in the gaming sector.
It probably still doesn't help the fact that
they've produced too many PS3s and too many PSVs. Like, the PSP sold relatively well, but it's not a stellar release yet.
I think they've stuck their foot in their mouth with the Vita.
They didn't put enough games out for it, is the problem.
Not only that, but it's expensive, and plus, from what I'm hearing, it's not all that good of a handheld. So
I've actually gotten to play around with it. It's fine for $250. I actually, I think it's worth every penny you pay for it. But like I said, the only problem is the game library is horrible. I want to get one, but I'm not going to get one until there's a game I want to play, and that's not until October. And the thing came out back in February.
Ginzaki, better or worse than the 3DS?
Better, much better. The 3DS is just a minor improvement that I had to pay extra money for.
No, I'm talking about the initial game lineup.
Oh, worse. definitely worse. The 3DS had a bad lineup, but at least they had they got some okay games pumped out rather fast. I think the first real game, I think it's called Gravity Rush, that is a good PSV seller, took 5 months to come out. So,
Can I ask one question? How?
stupidity.
How do you have a worse lineup than the freaking 3DS? How?
Stupidity. It's
They had
game
to try very
developers
hard.
or console developers just haven't realized that the best way to sell your console is not on the console's own features. It's on the starting lineup. It has to have good games or people just won't want to buy it. Because you can't double it as a phone.
Well, not yet anyway. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna figure out a way to do it.
Yeah, arguably they can both be used to send Instagram photos to stupid people on Facebook.
Psst, hey, Sony, over here. Want to know how to make money? Give us The Last Guardian already.
Now, those who listen to us were aware of a few, either last week or the week before, we mentioned that the Bethesda developers decided, you know what, we do not have a time frame for Dawn Guard to release on any other platform but the 360, which normally means we're not going to see it for at least 3 months. And then suddenly, Dawn Guard's just available with nothing but a tweet saying, yo, Dawn Guard, go.
Poof.
Yeah.
Which I think is honestly the best marketing they could have done. Because they make people lose hope, and then the game just appears out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Bethesda's plans. Poof, here I am. What's your next 2 wishes?
For those...
I want to see Dishonored and a new Elder Scrolls game. Okay, the new Elder Scrolls game, give us about 7 years for that
one. We will give you a prostitute in the meantime.
Meantime.
Oh, by the way, you now have AIDS.
The computer variety, by the way.
For Mass Effect 3 fans who don't hate the game yet or the lore of the game, you can soon pick up the Leviathan DLC, which explores the origins of the Reapers through the magical space kid and his magical space magic. Did I mention magic? The Gathering.
Sorry, but I'm doing that finger thing that Johnny Depp does in the movie. You know, magic.
Yeah, I'm actually doing that. Magic. I can do this. So yeah, if Mass Effect 3 hasn't completely turned you off, there you go. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get it or not. It depends on the pricing and on my mood at the time. Because I still don't go near my Mass Effect discs because I might snap them.
Because of the whole ending thing?
Yeah.
And how they had to redo it?
Yeah. Though if I snap my 3 discs, I have 2 copies of it because of a shipping error. The best shipping error ever.
How do you, wait. Explain the story real quick.
I had the money to pre-order Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition, and then suddenly I didn't have all of the money necessary. I was missing $30 because of a stupid drunken purchase. The best kind of purchase, because it's always more booze. It's always more booze. So I cancel the order for the collector's edition and I go for the standard edition. And I get the standard edition in the mail. A week later, I get a package in the mail. It's the collector's edition. They have not sent me a letter going, we would like $100, please. We gave you a rare thing. $100.
Just gonna keep my mouth shut and just go do over here and just not say anything.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna put loud music in this area of the podcast. Yeah, eventually when I become rich, I'll make a reasonable donation to them. and be like, "Here you go."
Like, here you go. Where does random $100 come from? I don't know. I don't care. It's freaking random $100 that we just had. But anyway, the DLC, I'll probably pick it up because, hey, with the lore and everything, wouldn't mind figuring out the origins of the Reapers.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Space Kid created them. What more do you know? Need to know?
Magic Space Kid created the Magic Space Lobsters so that they could
With magic, by the way.
Yeah. Essentially, the Magic Space created the Magic Space Kid created Magic Space Lobsters, Magic Space Robot Lobsters, to kill you so that robots do not kill you. I'm not saying it's stupid, but it's stupid.
I'm not saying it was Reapers, or I'm not saying it was magic, but Reapers and magic.
The Guild Wars developer is smartly asking the question whether subscription gaming is truly what will continue to make MMOs thrive, and I kind of agree with them, because just look at the trends. Subscriptions are falling, but MMO playing is not down. So people are going from their $15 a month games to the pay once or freemium games. Woo. Big win.
Okay.
All around. Pats on the back for everyone involved. Anyone who's played Dragon's Dogma is going to be happy that Capcom's considering making a sequel for it, which, as someone who's played it, I gotta say, good idea. Iron out the bad parts.
And Capcom, while you're at it, Mega Man Legends 3, and don't blame us this time.
And now, for my favorite segment of the show, we call this
Okay, sorry.
the Idiot Corner. This is not the room that we stick Eddie in.
Hey, not cool. I'm a fool, not an idiot.
There's a difference.
EA is suing Zynga, the masters of turning nothing into premium crack cocaine, saying that their Facebook game, The Ville, is a Sim Social clone. Which, I have to say, if we're going to go on this model, Call of Duty, you owe id Software a lot of money. Because you are a Doom clone. I'm serious. If anything, this means that the only game that can exist is Tennis for Two on those old radar systems, because everything else is a clone of that. It just makes no sense. Am I wrong here?
I mean, what games do is, especially freemium games. If we're talking about freemium games and Flash games, they rip each other off constantly. Angry Birds is not original by far. I mean, Angry Birds, there are how many different versions of that came before and have come after?
I was playing Fragger before Angry Birds.
Yeah.
I still prefer Fragger.
I actually enjoyed Fragger. Fragger was fun.
Currently, Fragger has, I believe, 12 different map packs, and they're all free. You just have to unlock them in game.
Yeah. I was playing Fragger on. I was playing on the internet via Miniclip. That was fun. I mean, everybody rips everybody off, and they do their own little tweaks. I mean, duh. EA. I mean, don't you know what kind of business you're in? I mean, unless it's a blatant ripoff where it's the exact same coding and models and everything, and they just change the name. You don't have a case here because they did their own work.
I would like to make a ripoff of Gears of War where I put all of the manly men in tutus and sell it as Whores of War. See how much money I could make out of people buying it for ironic purposes.
No, that's just the whole one, fat. No, wait a minute. You have to put them in. You have to put, instead of it being like, juiced up dudes, you have to put them in, like, you have to put women in.
Get the breast physics in. We need Team Ninja for this.
Yep, jiggle physics.
Change all the enemies so that it makes sense, given your new theme.
Yeah, more
Basically, just
from
make Lollipop
EA.
Chainsaw, but a lot skimpier and a lot bloodier.
Lollipop Chainsaw more skimpy is a naked woman running around with a chainsaw.
I'd be cool with that. Just kidding, but big fan of
By the way, beach volleyball
strong.
games, Team Ninja. Why do you not have nudity in those yet? You know what your fans want. I actually know the answer to that question. But moving on. This one I actually agree with the EAC on. He slams Zynga for not being diversified enough, and that's why they're not doing so hot right now. And I can understand that. They hammered themselves into a niche so thoroughly that when that niche starts to erode away, so do their profits.
This coming from the company who mainly does sports games.
Well, they do sports
Sports.
games.
It's in the game.
They do sports game at Dead Space. There you go.
Yeah, they used to do horror games. Now they do action games where someone jumps out and goes boo.
Boo boom. Okay. What's next?
The 2K CEO says that games need to step up to photorealism now. By not being photorealistic, we are holding the industry back. This guy wins the Midnight Gamers Douchebag of the Millennium Award for things you should never say.
No. That goes to Bobby Kotick here in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, we'll let you get to that one. But I'm saying the reason I'm saying this, I'm giving it to this guy, is the rush for better graphics, for higher fidelity graphics, is one of the things that is killing our industry. Why would we want to try and speed up the rush so that we can hammer more nails in our own coffin?
Exactly.
Here's the deal. The more photorealistic the graphics get, I mean, if done right with the right game, it's astounding. But what happens is, to make the graphics photorealistic, is they kill off the gameplay. They basically
because they just don't have time or money to make it happen.
What happens is, the more realistic things get, the less creative, and the less fun the games become.
Whereas, think about it. Most games aren't profitable anymore. A lot of games, they spend so much time making it look nice. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on development, and they don't make it back. That's the reason a lot of companies are shutting down now. So we need to focus on stylized graphics until, it gets cheaper to shoot for photorealism.
And if you're doing realistic games, then that's okay if you know it's going to be a huge blockbuster and you can make your money back. But you can't do that for every single game.
So, Call of Duty, go for photorealism. The rest of us will just watch you trip and faceplant your face into the ground.
I mean, pretty much. And it's been pointed out by multiple gaming sites, gaming magazines, and even gaming podcasts.
And probably the secretary who got fired.
Yeah. Basically, the idea is, if they don't stop, if gaming companies continue with the current model, which is driving them closer and closer to debt and shutting down these companies, all these companies are going to fold because they cannot think realistically. And what they need to do is they need to start thinking on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Make the games within your make the games within your budget, make them good, and you can make some money back, and leave better graphics and stuff like that. I'm not saying that the games have to look bad, but leave your really astounding ones for the AAA titles that can make that money. And if you push past the budget, then you need to stop. You need to scale back.
Need to ask yourself where you went wrong.
Yeah.
And it's almost always graphics too. That's the sad thing. The best thing you can do in development of your game is to figure out a style that is going to fit in your budget. And photorealism doesn't fit in anyone's budget right now. There just isn't enough money in the world to make a photorealistic game that's actually good and that's actually going to get reviewed well and that people are going to like. Unless it's, of course, Call of Duty, in which case it will get the 10 out of 10s. It will get the people jerking off to it. So go.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Take it.
And you know what? I'm going to speak and I'm going to talk about a genre that I personally love, which is RPGs. And we've talked about RPGs before, but let's look at it from the point of view of RPGs. If you're going to look at how you're going to graphic-wise and style-wise make an RPG, me personally, nothing makes me smile with an RPG if it has a 16-bitish or 32-bitish graphic. Basically, if graphics-wise it's similar to 16-bit or 32-bit, it looks better. But with that kind of mindset, I mean, especially beautiful. If you want a 3D-ish RPG, do something like the PS1 games, even some PS2 and GameCube games did, where you had basically the characters don't have to look photorealistic; they just have to look good, and the backgrounds and the scenery is just beautiful. I'm looking at games like Bat and Katos. And
the remake of
Chrono Cross. Look at Chrono Cross's environment. I mean, it's beautiful. It's stunning, and you don't have to put a lot into it to make it look that way.
Oh, the remake of the first Star Ocean was awesome too. They that game when it first came out, 16-bit, and when they remade it for PSP, they kept all of the characters in 16-bit, but they made the backdrops look gorgeous. Yeah. Very pretty game.
That's what I want to see in the RPGs. It's stylized to a point. It's not quite realistic. It looks good enough for the world. It looks appropriate given the world. The backgrounds and the scenery is beautiful. The characters are competently made and put together. And you know what? You're not wasting time with photorealism at that point. You're making something that is beautiful and fits within your fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put it like this. Basically, the TLDR did not, what the both of you just said. STFU, don't worry about fucking graphics. Focus on the gameplay and the mechanics where what the game is meat, bread, and butter comes from, and just try to work in the graphics. You don't have to make everything freaking drop dead gorgeous to look at, but focus on just the meat of the game, which is gameplay and your mechanics. Boom, right there.
Exactly. But the graphics have to. The graphics have to complement the story and the gameplay. They should not take front seat. But moving on, because we want to get Eddie closer to his rant.
Well, I'll be fine.
No. But the problem is, here's the problem with this line of this bit of news is, even though we are pointing out the idiot that this 2KCO is. The
Other
problem
people
is,
take him seriously.
There's a lot of people that he speaks to, not the gamers who really love the gaming, who really love the gameplay. There's a big group of people who call themselves gamers who, in a sense, aren't true gamers because they limit themselves in a way on what is a good game and what's not. It calls everybody else wimps or babies, whatever, and they only play for graphics. If in their opinions the graphics are not good, then the game must be bad.
So Xbox Live and PC Online.
No, it's more. I would have to say it's more along the PS3 players.
Oh God.
I'll be honest. I've seen a lot of PlayStation 3 players mainly bitch and moan about graphics. Yeah. If it's not, high quality PC level of graphics, then the game's gonna just completely and utterly fucking suck.
Oh, here's a story on how graphics can completely bone you when it comes to playing a game. Metal Gear Solid 4. You have to install every disc before you can play. That takes too long. I just bought this game. I want to play this game, but I've got to wait 3 hours.
Because I got to install every fucking thing. No, don't.
And it doesn't look that pretty either. I don't know why.
And also, some young gamers too are of the same mindset. I can't tell you with some of my cousins who go, well, the graphics aren't good, and dismiss the game entirely. And then I'm playing it. I'm totally enjoying it because it's a great game.
And then you throw the controller back at them and say, it's Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, for example, I'll give an example. This was at the beginning of this console generation a few years back. I did not have the means to carry my Wii around because I'm sorry.
That was
Now I have
perfect.
a Wii console carrying case, so I can put it in the case. But back then I didn't.
What
So when
what
I
he
would,
means there is a cup.
yes. But when I would take a video game console with me, I would take the GameCube because the GameCube had the handle. It was ready to travel around with me, and so I used it as a traveling system. So I took it with me from my house to my grandparents. We had a bunch of my cousins there. I hooked it into the TV, and I boot up Super Smash Bros. Melee because that's an awesome fighting game. One of my cousins starts complaining about the graphics.
Go
It's
sit
like
in the corner.
it's
You do
like it
not
looks good.
badmouth
It's
this
fun.
game.
It's
Go
fun
sit
to
in the
play.
corner where you do not have that shit here.
It's fun to play. And this is not a Wii. This is not a Wii. This is not an Xbox 360 or PS3. This is GameCube. This is good for GameCube graphics,
And
and it still
honestly,
looks
what's
good.
it? The Wii graphics are good for GameCube graphics.
Yeah,
They're not even an improvement. Sometimes they're even worse.
there are several titles that have been able to squeeze the graphic power out of the Wii, but I don't really care as long as it plays good. Seriously. I could go back and play Melee. I can go back and play N64 games, Super Nintendo games, NES games, and still enjoy them.
Because it's not retarded with graphics. Back in that day, you only had to buy one game. You didn't have all this DLC bullshit to get the full story of the game. You didn't have this whole, oh, we must make sure the graphics are top-notch, polished to the freaking gold turd shit sign we can get it.
And
Everything else.
And meanwhile, because they are focusing on what's not important, they're sending games out that aren't complete and haven't been beta tested enough, and so we get game-ending glitches. Yes, I know, everybody. You've heard us harp about this over and over and over again, but it's true, and we probably will until this podcast dies in the flames of the internet.
Exactly. Okay, moving on.
That'll never happen.
Yes.
Anyway, everyone knows Lucasarts. It's the game company that used to make really cool, cute, funny adventure games. Now they just suck Star Wars dick until it falls off.
In the fires of the internet.
Exactly. Fires of the internet. That's probably where we're going to burn too. They're probably going to find out we said that, and they're just going to kill us. It'll be the real life fires.
Down.
But yeah, they're having large
we have
turnover.
some close people who will carry our torch.
Yeah, there's a lot of people quitting from LucasArts, and their president has decided to leave the company. And I have to wonder if they're realizing that they're on a sinking ship. Because LucasArts, I love you, but your games aren't good anymore. What's it? Force Unleashed, kind of cool. Force Unleashed 2, what Bulb said. You sent out an unfinished game.
You
Bad.
sent out a turd.
Exactly.
And my friend shares the same sentiment with that game. He's like, hey, I enjoyed the very first Force Unleashed game. The second one, I can beat in less than 6 hours?
Well, that's the problem. It's not only is it incredibly short, but it's also padded. How the hell do you pad a game and still have it be that short? It makes no sense at all. None.
With Assassin's Creed Revelations. I was like, okay, this game's going to be really good. It's going to send out Ezio on a high note and everything else. I beat it within less than a week.
And then Ezio died of cancer.
Well, that's normally how. Sorry.
Normally, it takes me, 1 to 2, maybe a couple weeks, especially when I'm in school, to be able to play and complete an Assassin's Creed game or just any game in general. Because, hey, I got to focus on schooling and whatnot. But I beat the game in just less than that time. I was halfway through the first night. I'm like, what the?
And now let's move on to the part that Eddie said had to be included. This had to be included.
Yep.
For everyone that hates Activision, you're going to love this. Their CEO has decided that the competitors' games, less than adequate compared to Activision games. Less than adequate.
Man.
Let me read this full quote, and I will break it down. I will rant in between the full quote that was said.
I'm sorry, was he at that comedy festival in Chicago when he said this? I mean, how big
I,
is
I
this joke?
I think he was smoking weed with the great weed smokers of our time. He just brought them back
Keanu
alive.
Reeves.
Okay, hear me out and hear this quote. I will break it down little by little.
Bring
I
it to us,
also
Eddie
think-
Man.
Hmm?
I said,
You
bring
saying?
it to us, Eddie Man.
Okay, I also think you've had, unfortunately, a stream of products that are less than adequate from some of our competitors.
Like Activision. Oh, wait.
Define from some of your competitors, first of all, because yes, there are games that have come out that have not been top notch. I can admit Revelations, while being a AAA title, it wasn't the AAA title that I was looking for. Or
Plus,
at least a
given
lot
that
of people
it's
were
the
looking
gaming industry, everyone is their competitor.
Exactly. So really, which competitors are you specifying with this? Next line. The demand in the marketplace is for great quality products. No fucking duh.
So
And
make
Apple,
some.
Activision.
Polished game. Everyone wants a polished and a perfect game, or at least a good game. Something like along the lines of Skyrim, kind of polish and definition of good.
Hey, I think it's time to plug a good, polished game of the past that we all like that we haven't seen anything like in a while. I say PS2's God's Hand. God Hand. Whatever.
How?
Okay, that works, or just anything from the previous thing. Next line. If you look at the success we're having, it validates that there's an opportunity for great quality products, but I think at this stage in the cycle, it's challenging for anything other than great quality products.
Or it says you have a monopoly on the market.
Where do you get off saying that you have great quality products? You are taking the
Exactly.
shit that is coming from your mouth, polishing it, painting it gold, polishing it again to make sure the turd is nice and golden fucking polished, and shoveling it out into the fucking market every year with the same one-trick pony game at this point. And anything else, something like Prototype 1 and 2, I've heard not so adequate things about that, and I've played at least one of them, and it's been terrible. Not only that, but you also have, what's the other game? The Tony Hawk series that you just bought up and ran into the fucking ground.
And not only
And
that, they did an HD remake of it and did it wrong.
You do an HD remake of it and you run it into the fucking ground. You do the GoldenEye remake, which you shouldn't have done in the first place. Because
Have Bond commit suicide.
GoldenEye itself, from the 64 game, was one of the best games you can get. It really paved the way for first-person shooters for a console.
Mm-hmm.
It really paved the way.
Yeah, speaking HD remakes, I honestly don't get how they're making so many bad HD remakes. I mean, 343 Industries showed you how to do it good. You take the original game engine, you port it exactly as it was with better graphics. That's
How
an
hard is
HD
that?
remake. And they just can't get it.
Anything else is just a remake.
Exactly.
Yes, and then the very last thing that you really just drove into the ground, you drove the music game industry into the ground by kept shoveling out Guitar Heroes left and fucking right. Rock Band had it right from the get-go. You play a game, oh, hey, look, you have a save file from the previous game for Rock Band 1, so you can transfer up all your stuff from Rock Band 1 to Rock Band 2? Fucking genius! Oh, instead with Guitar Hero, oh, wait, I want to play this song, so I got to put this disc in. Oh, wait, I want to play another song now that, it's not on this game. Got to switch fucking games now.
Oh, and I've decided we're going to put out some DJ Hero so you can use this controller that makes you look like a prick.
Makes you look like you're some fucking DJ, like,
No, it doesn't even make you look like a DJ. It makes you look like you're retarded, just wigging your hands all over the place.
Exactly.
No offense to retards. This is only offense to people who play DJ Hero.
And not only that, but no offense to actual DJs out there, because there are some pretty good DJs out there. So no offense to you guys.
And
then
you
finally,
use laptops anymore anyway, so.
And finally, the last line, which Beyond that, many gamers are happy to keep playing online games for longer stretches of time instead of rushing out to buy new products. You have just proverbially opened your mouth and inserted your own fucking foot there because you keep shoveling out the same fucking games on a regular.
I actually think he didn't put his foot in his mouth. I think he put his anus open into his mouth so that he could put the shit there that he could then spew out again. I expect more stupid comments from this guy in the future. We're going to be hearing from him again.
But beyond
Be making
that,
fun of him, yeah.
if you have a game that can go the distance, say along the lines of like Halo Reach, Gears
Skyrim.
4, Skyrim, or anything that has online connectivity that has multiplayer added into it. Yes, they're going to be sticking longer to that because they don't have to buy the new game that keeps coming out that you keep shoveling out.
That's why they call it shovelware. I'm not even kidding. That's a term. Shovelware.
I know shovelware is a term because a lot of shovelware was on the Nintendo Wii, so...
Mainly like WiiWare stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yes, but play it smart. If you're gonna be coming into the industry, or if you're already in the industry and you know you can make a game that.
And this guy's a veteran in the industry, and he made this stupid comment.
I'm sorry, but he's not a veteran. I can't call him a veteran. He's not good for the industry.
He may not be good for the industry, but he's been around long enough.
Maybe that's why Activision hired him, because no one else would take him.
You hired.
They have low standards, obviously.
You fucking morons. And this is what makes me worry about stuff like the new Deadpool game that's going to be coming out. I know it's produced by a different studio, but the publishing studio is going to be Activision, so...
And the publishing studio always has their hands in the pie, because it's their profits on the line.
Yep, so I worry about Deadpool games being shoveled out every year. if the first one does well enough.
Yeah, after the first one, we're going to see Deadpool with multiplayer, and you're just going to be running around in a Deadpool mask with an assault rifle, essentially Call of Duty Deadpool.
Yep.
Actually, that might... Give us one game like that. I want one game like that.
I was making fun of it, talking about shoving out a Deadpool game with Howard the Duck, but all of a sudden that sounds like it might be an interesting idea. Go with it!
No.
Let's wrap this up.
Well, talking about shovelware, back around, shovelware is one way companies are doing it now. A lot of companies are doing it, just shoving things out. Because I had something that I thought, it's an old model, but it'd be interesting, especially on the downloadable marketplace, to see this model come back. What about Apogee's shareware model? Where they would make a game that's essentially multiple episodes, but each episode is in part a full game, and then they'd release the first part for free.
Yeah.
And then if you want to continue playing it, you buy the other parts.
Mm-hmm.
And each part is a complete game in and of itself. Why can't we see the return of that?
I completely agree with that. Because it allows you to play what you want. If you lose interest in the game, you don't have to pay for the rest of it. It's a pretty good idea.
I mean, what happened to that idea? It first came out. The shareware thing was big when computers were first coming out, DOS and all that stuff, but then it just disappeared.
It's still around. It's just being run by pretty much one company, and that is Telltale. A lot of their games, like the Sam and Max series, The Walking Dead, that's exactly what they're doing. They don't put the first part out for free, but you buy the first part. If you like it, when the second part comes out, go buy that. Or when all the parts are come out, you can get them as a full set at a discount.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And not only that, let's get some good quality stuff out there. Let's not have it to where you can just go once a year, throw that out there. Once a year, throw it out there. Like the Maddens and the Call of Duties and everything else. Let's have it to where you have good quality games coming out anymore.
Or if you're going to release a new Madden every year, say, make it a $20 game. If anything, remove the single-player aspect, remove the need for AI coding, make it a purely online experience. That would be fun.
Oh, they couldn't do that because there are a lot of people who don't have online and whatnot, so nah.
But then
this is 2012. If you don't have online yet, get online.
But
yet.
then these are the same people who, even though they're saying, well, we can't do that because some people don't have online. These are the same people that are saying online is the future. Everything has to have online. So you can't have it both ways.
Mm-hmm. All right. End up because we're running a little long. Because this is the end of our idiot corner. It's a good place to end any podcast on. We might actually end every podcast on this note from now on because I can't think of anything funnier than this. On Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, a man missed out on the $7,000 prize because he didn't know the Konami code.
1, 2, 3, up, down, left, right, A, B, start.
Ta-da!
I thought it was
Everyone
EA
knows it.
Start.
Might be BA start. I might have gotten those confused. So I have Konami code dyslexia, but I still kind of got it.
Yeah.
And still on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's multiple choice.
Exactly. Phone a friend. Use your lifelines. You know someone who knows this. It is impossible that you don't know someone who knows this.
And if you don't know someone who knows this, now you have to have someone who knows this
Because they're beating your ass with it.
Yeah, you're coming home, you're sitting in your living room, your friend is probably sitting there waiting for you going, so, you didn't get the Konami code right? You fucking moron. Beat.
Even better, if I was his friend, let's say I was his roommate, I would be waiting for him to return, and I would just sit there, wait for him to return, playing Contra. And when he walks in and sits next to me, I just turn to him and say, bitch.